All right. Good evening to everybody who's here joining us today. My name is Lisa Partida with Home Weekend LA. And tonight we have our friend Isabel Duran with Operation Hope. Tonight's topic is going to be based on budgeting and savings. So she's going to give you guys some helpful tips on how you can establish that. So I'll go ahead and pass it along to Isabel.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm really excited uh, to be here and delighted to have you here, taking a proactive step towards understanding and mastering the dynamics of credit management and financial stability. So welcome to the Credit Money Workshop, a transformative experience designed to empower you on your journey to financial well-being. So Operation Hope is really wanting to help everyone who wants to have help with their budgeting and their credit, of course, but mostly is budgeting. We're finding that uh, there's so many people who don't understand how to do budgeting. However, we're going to give you a little uh, lesson here and try to inspire you to take it, easily. You can do it. You can save money. You can pay your debts, and that's what we want to do. Help you, most importantly. So, can I continue?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so I'll be continuing a little fast so I don't bore you. One of our objectives of learning is budgeting basics and how to create a budget. Understand the importance of saving and how to start saving. I talk to so many people and I, beg them, please save your money. You just never know when you need something in the future. Set realistic financial goals, and we're here to help you with that. So, I want to introduce myself to you. I'll be glad to be your Hope Coach. Uh, I am a dedicated guide on the path to financial empowerment, our esteemed financial well-being coach. And that's how I learned to become a good coach, by learning so much and how I can help people more and more in the future. Throughout this journey, you can expect personalized guidance and unwavering support and a commitment to your success. That's number one, your success. And so we're going to talk about a community agreement. It's something that's really nice that you're going to understand in the next slide. We're going to ask for some comments from you. So we want a little icebreaker activity. We're going to talk about budgeting basics and importance of saving and building an emergency fund, especially nowadays with the weather. Community agreement, what is that about? Well, we want you to be active listening and communicating without interrupting, judging, or assuming. We want you to feel welcome here. So, we want that community agreement. And everything that you say here is confidential. It's going to be safe. So feel free to participate. If you have comments or questions, don't be afraid to ask questions and make a comment. We would love you to share. And then, see, my computer. Okay. We want to engage in constructive feedback. I would love to hear back what you think. We encourage and appreciate feedback as a way to grow and learn. And that really helps a lot. And we also embrace diversity and inclusion. So we celebrate the diversity of experiences, backgrounds, perspectives among participants. We love everybody. And so stay present and participate, fully present during the workshop. That way you're going to enjoy this workshop. So I'm sorry. Here we go. So let's go to the icebreaker, get to know a little bit about yourself. I'm just gonna share something that I always remember about budgeting and financing. I remember when I was 4 years old, my mom took me to a bank and she deposited her money and she told me, when you grow up, I want you to come to the bank and save your money. And I said, sure, at 5 years old. And I was really impressed with that. Anybody want to share success or challenge that you've experienced? Okay, let's keep going. And um, let me just move this a little bit. Budgeting is the strategic allocation of income to various expenses, savings, and financial goals, ensuring a balanced and intentional approach to managing one's financing. So that's what budgeting. It's a list. Budgeting is a list of what you have to pay. It's a list of what kind of how much money comes in per week, per month, per year. So it's just a information about what your finances are. And so we want you to be uh, able to understand both kinds of lists and be able to be on the budget of budgeting. Here are ways budgeting can help you. It helps you track where your money is going. It allows you to prioritize expenses. Keep spending aligned with income, helps us achieve financial goal, creates awareness of spending habits. Yes, we're going to help you, and we're going to help you by asking you to start, writing out your budget in a couple of slides. But this is what's really important, getting to know what you have to pay, getting to know how much comes in. Are you able to balance both? And that way you're not out of money. And here, importance of tracking your expenses. So as an example, I know a lot of us pay housing expenses, whether it's a home payment or a rent. And we have to track our expenses. So we pay rent, and do we pay electricity? Do we pay water? Do we have a car that we have to pay gasoline? So it's good to track expenses that you have to have in order to live your living expenses. It could be other kinds of expenses, but it's good to have a list so you know what you have to pay so you can continue enjoying what you have. Okay. And regular versus irregular expenses. So we have here a list of regular expenses like rent or mortgage payments, utilities, groceries, insurance, loan payments, car loans, monthly subscriptions, streaming services, gym memberships, transportation costs, or public transit pass, and internet and phone bills. So that's usually what we have to pay as our living expenses. That's how I call it. Irregular could be annual or biannual insurance payments. So many times it's the car insurance that goes up or goes down. And sometimes, well, mostly every year I notice the health insurance goes up. Property taxes. So if you are buying a house or you own a house, you have to pay property taxes quarterly, or you can do it once a year. Vehicle maintenance and repairs. That's something you really have to put on the first part of your list. You know, with the rain and the weather, sometimes you have to fix a tire or something else. So here's where we talk about savings so we can have money for repairs. Medical expenses. Hopefully there's no accidents. Sometimes you catch a cold. Sometimes you have a stomach ache. and you have to buy, prescription medications. And then maybe they'll say, we think you need to go see a doctor. So there's some medical expenses there. Home maintenance and repairs. Um, Sometimes the rain, takes the ceiling off your house and you have to fix it, or the rain, it takes all the grass out of your garden and you have to repair that. But, just things that you see throughout your life. And there's gifts for birthdays or holidays, and membership renewals if you belong to an organization or a club. And sometimes you have the ability to have a vacation and you've saved up some money, you can take a little travel to have fun and rest. So that's important too. So let's talk about creating a budget. Draft the initial budget in the journal, I'm sorry. So if you have a piece of paper and uh, on the left side of the paper, why don't you enter your estimate income that you get monthly? I don't know, every 2 weeks or once a year. So you just want to put a list of your income. Identify regular fixed expenses that would be on the right hand side. So regular fixed expenses could be it's always utilities. I pay for the television and the Wi-Fi, and then of course electricity and gas and water. Always the same, and always have to pay on time. And then variable spending categories. So once in a while, I do have to do a repair on the car. Sometimes it needs a little battery, a new battery or something else. There's also having to buy water. Maybe the water's not good here. I know I buy water every week. Compare total income and expenses. So I add up what comes into the house, and then I add up what I spend every week on groceries. And I try really hard not to spend on a lot of money, on a lot of food, in order to have something left over, because I need that for my savings. Encourage starting budget versus perfect budget. So, write your expenses, and then debrief by asking groups to share categories and reflections. Some people have student loans, or they have some kind of educational costs that they have to pay in order to take a certain class, in order to get a certificate, and that way they can find a job. There could be other categories that you have to pay, and then you get a job. So, or you have to get some kind of documents and passports and IDs and all that. So those are things that you can think about putting on the list. I know I have to put my registration of my car, and try not to forget, because they do double charge after a while. So be careful with that. Okay. So to help you create your monthly budget, we've provided some instructions. So utilize the budgeting document provided in the workbook. This document is designed to help you organize your finances and create a clear picture of your monthly income and expenses. So again, it's a matter of putting all these debts in a list, and then you can tack it to your refrigerator. That way you don't forget to see it. Oh, I got to pay this on this day. Gather your financial information, including pay stubs, bills, and any other income expenses you may have. Once your information is organized, you can begin filling out the document. The document is fillable, so you can directly type your income and expenses into the fields provided. Take your time and be as accurate as possible. If you're unsure about the particular expenses, make an estimate based on your best guess, okay? So, I missed something there. Sorry. The document's fillable. You can directly type your income and expenses into the fields provided. And then once you have completed the document, you can save it to a secure location, such as a password protected folder on your computer or encrypted USB drive in order to keep it confidential. And last, remember to revisit your budget regularly to ensure you stay on track and adjust it as necessary. Your financial situation may change, so making necessary updates is essential. Okay, so you're helping yourself really well. Okay, key takeaway. So budgeting is the strategic, come on, sorry, is the strategic allocation of income to various expenses, savings, and financial goals, ensuring a balanced and intentional approach to managing one's financing. So budgeting really helps you. That list on the paper is what really helps you a lot. Don't be afraid. And tracking expenses, okay, lets you understand your spending habits comprehensively and empower yourself to make informed financial decisions. So it's really good. It's like this budget is talking to you, and all you have to do is just understand, say, okay, I understand, I'm going to work on this. And this is how you start becoming a good saver. Savings, especially savings, are a cornerstone of financial well-being, providing a safety net for unexpected expenses, opportunities for future investments, and a foundation for achieving long-term goals, thereby fostering financial security and resilience. It's so important to save. Just as a takeaway right now, I've been working as a volunteer at the Pasadena FEMA disaster assistance office, and I try to help people with their budgeting after they talk to FEMA, Red Cross, SBA. I'm trying to think. There's like 5 other agencies that are there helping the folks who lost their homes to the fire. And I talked to one lady today, and she says, you just never think this would happen. She says that she had to go to the bank and get her bank account opened again because all she could do when they knocked on her door to come out, she had all her stuff on the bed and then wrapped the sheet around it, but she didn't look to see if her purse was there. So she had no ID, no money, no nothing. So she says it was a challenge to try to get all her identifications, and you just don't think all this thing will happen. And she says it took a while, to get the bank account, to look at her savings, to see how much she had, and then she ran with a friend, and they helped her rest, and now she's trying to come back and start over again. So you never know when you need big savings, little savings. You never know when you need insurance. That's one thing she says. I did not insure my house. And that's what I'm killing myself for. Why didn't I do that? But you just don't think you need it because it's so uh, beautiful where they work. You didn't think anything would happen. So it's just really, savings is a cornerstone of financial well-being. As much as you can, help yourself, put away, and always be prepared for emergencies so you can continue enjoying life. Okay, save, save, save. Importance of saving. Progress tracking. Assess how far you've come in achieving your financial goals. Adjustment and adaptation. Evaluate if adjustments are needed based on changes in circumstances or priorities. Celebrate achievements. Acknowledge and celebrate milestones and successes along the way. Identify challenges, recognize and address any challenges or obstacles hindering goal attainment. Resource allocation. Review whether your time, money, or efforts are being allocated effectively towards your goal. So you're going to start looking at, oh my God, I can do this. Oh, good, I can do this. Oh my God, I stopped eating at a restaurant every day. We stopped eating at restaurants for a year, and we started cooking healthily. And gee, what a difference, We saved $100 in a month. Yeah, we used to eat a lot. So it's just a matter of deciding, and it helps a lot, saving and budgeting. Importance of savings. Reassess priorities, learning and improvement. Stay motivated, long-term alignment. Set new milestones. Imagine you can buy a car if you really wanted to with cash. You don't have to get a loan because you could save. Establishing your emergency savings. Okay. So embark on a journey to build your emergency fund in a pivotal step toward financial security. And it all begins with setting a clear and achievable savings goal. A widely recognized guideline suggests stashing away 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, providing a robust buffer against life's unexpected curveballs. Now, let's break down the steps to kickstart your emergency savings. Okay, so let's see what we can do real fast. Understanding the importance of emergency savings. Having an emergency savings fund is crucial for financial security. It acts as a safety net during unexpected situations, such as medical emergencies, car repairs, and sudden job loss. Without it, you might find yourself in debt or facing financial hardships. Let me go to 5. Choose the right savings account. To ensure that your emergency fund remains easily accessible while earning some interest, consider opening a high-yield savings account. These accounts typically offer better interest rate than regular savings account. Look for one with no fees and easy online access. Okay, I'm going to skip to 7. Stay committed and patient. All right, building an emergency fund takes time and discipline. Stay committed to your goals and avoid using the funds for non-emergencies. Remember, this fund is for unexpected situations only. All right, let's see what the 9 is. Reevaluate your goals. And that's fun. Gosh, I did it. Now what else do I want to do? Periodically reevaluate your emergency savings goal. As your life changes, your expenses and financial responsibilities may shift. Adjust your target amount if necessary, and continue to save accordingly. Yeah, life will change a lot. You just have to deal with it. And then if you have a good savings and a good budget, it's not going to be, scary. You can control all that. All right. So revisit goals. Monitoring goals is crucial for several reasons, and it plays a vital role in personal and professional development. Here are some key reasons why someone should consistently monitor goals. SMART goals. To ensure that your goals are effective, It is important to ensure that they are SMART. In other words, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. That's what the SMART took me a while, but it's true. It's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific, clear, and unambiguous, so that you know exactly what you want to achieve. Measurable, quantifiable, and trackable to measure your progress and adjust, of course, as needed. Attainable, realistic, and achievable, so you can have realistic expectations for success. And relevant, connect to your overall objectives so that your efforts are focused and meaningful. Time bound, with a set timeline for completion, so that you can stay on track and meet deadlines. By adhering to these principles, you can create powerful goals that will help you reach your desired outcomes. Okay? Very, very strong. Key takeaways. Okay. Let's see. So budgeting is the strategic allocation of income to various expenses, savings, and financial goals, ensuring a balanced and intentional approach to managing one's finances. Tracking expenses lets you understand your spending habits comprehensively and empower yourself to make informed financial decisions. And my favorite, piggy bank. I have piggy banks. Savings are vital. Financial cushion, offering security for unforeseen expenses and a foundation for future investments and long-term growth. So I when I do some workshops with other clients, a lot of them are afraid of saving money. And so I say, well, don't be afraid. You can put it in a piggy bank and nobody will take your piggy bank because they just want to see money. But really, I love the piggy banks. So I gave them piggy banks and they started savings. Not a lot, but it's the idea of putting money away. And that really helps them a lot. Okay. Any questions that I can help you? Anything that wasn't understood?
No, I think you covered it pretty well. I'm sorry that I couldn't chime in earlier. I was having difficulty with my computer, but I just wanted to say something. For me specifically, I don't know if anybody else goes through this at all, but like, yes, let's say you cut back on eating out, but then you end up spending that money elsewhere. I mean, I think that's just self-control at that point, right? Just a matter of having self-control. So I don't know if anybody else struggles with that, but I know I do. So like I might save $100 from eating out for the month, but then maybe those $100 I use for, I don't know, splurging on something else like clothes or nails, for example. I don't know. Like, I don't know. What would you recommend in that situation, Isabel?
Well, I remember when Starbucks started 20 years ago, and then on the budgeting classes, I remember, don't you, why do you have to buy coffee for $5? Why don't you
Yeah.
make it at home? It's cheaper. And I still see that problem. Uh, when I worked at few places, there was always a Starbucks, and sometimes I forgot lunch, and so I would go there, and I couldn't believe the cost. No, I can't spend $8 for coffee. And then of course I wanted a cookie with it. So instead of 8, it was like $10. That's outrageous.
Yeah. I
But
think it's just,
after you start saving money and you have to spend on this and that, you realize I gotta, bring stuff in my bag and nobody sees that I have lunch and eat someplace else.
yeah.
But there's a lot of good places that have good food and is just a little too expensive for what I need to do. Yeah, so yeah, it's something you want to do. You want to like, you know, maybe reward yourself.
I
Hey, I
see.
did
Okay.
something great. okay, I don't feel like cooking. Let's go someplace. And that's not too bad because we do that every 2 months. We go someplace and we reward ourselves because we're working. He's sort of working, and of course, I'm doing the housework here. But it's necessary because you just never know. Hey, you have money? So yeah, I have money. I do save. I can say that I haven't bought a piece of clothing for 2 months.
Oh, wow. Good.
Yeah, and it's because I look at the closet and I'm going, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm not even wearing my clothing. So that's my goal this year is to wear every piece of clothing once a day or once a week and then kind of wear it out. And maybe in 2 years, I'll save a little bit of money to buy something.
Hmm. Okay.
Because, like 10 years ago, I was buying a lot of clothing and I wasn't having a lot of money. It was a struggle. And so you start looking at, do I need all these clothes? So do I need to go out and eat? So yeah, I need to go out and eat when you're tired,
I
really
agree.
tired. Yeah. So
Okay.
just I don't know. I like the idea of savings. I try to do that every week. Put something in the piggy bank and then take the piggy bank to the bank. Let them take care of it. But it's just no, I'm just kidding. It's just good, to know that you have different areas where you can pick up your money when something happens. And
And
I'm
then,
learning.
oh,
Go ahead.
sorry for a quick question. In regards to the high yield savings accounts, do you have one that you might recommend, like a certain bank that you recommend that might have that high yield savings account
What is that certificate of
or the CDs, right?
the CDs are great. Uh, the interest isn't great. I mean, you would think when I went there and the interest was like what 2.5%, 3%. That's not much. But after a year, you're seeing money that you didn't put in. It was just earned through the CD. And in a couple of more years, I'll have a couple of $100.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Now you gotta, now I gotta check my apps. I
That's
put,
the quickest thing that I could offer as a investment, other than going to an investor office or someone that's uh, you know uh, professional. I always look
okay.
at the news and see what they're doing, and they're all saying, hey, just put some money in something you can look at and something that will work. Yeah, there's a lot of things, except right now we're having a little issue with the politics and money. The stuff is getting expensive in the store. So it's something that we have to work around. I don't buy any meat. I find it too expensive. Chicken is good.
It is getting pricey. The beef is,
Yeah, so there's good protein in chicken, good protein in eggs. I understand the eggs went down from 10 to $8. Yeah.
yeah.
So, little things like that. I do buy vitamins that I do invest in me on that. I don't want to get sick.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Isabel. We appreciate you taking the time to present to us tonight, and we'll catch you next time.
Do you want to do the next workshop as to what is the one that you didn't understand?
Oh, hold on, let me close this out.